Okay, let's recap for Henrico. Should Henrico trust the Virginia Department of Health? Well, Virginia Department of Health is misleading everyone into thinking that hydrofluorosilicic acid is a naturally occurring mineral, when in fact it is not. Hydrofluorosilicic acid is artificial fluoride that comes from the fertilizer industry. VDH says that this is not a medication, when in fact, in the Delaney report, absolutely, they said this is a medication without a doubt. VDH says that fluoride is similar to adding iodine in salt. This is not a truthful statement. Iodine is a nutrient. Hydrofluorosilicic acid is not a nutrient, neither is fluoride. This is not the same. Adding a contaminant such as fluoride into the drinking water is not the same as adding iodine to salt. When hydrofluorosilicic acid is adding into the drinking water, you are coercing them into ingesting this contaminant. When it comes to iodine and salt, you are not being coerced into this. It's very easy to buy salt with or without iodine in it. It is not the same. They want to say that it is the same as vitamin D in milk. That is not the same. You can easily choose where to get this, and vitamin D is a nutrient. Fluoride is not a nutrient, okay? The Virginia Department of Health would like to mislead you about the studies revolving a lowered IQ. Absolutely, the studies show even at the so-called optimal level of 0.7 parts per million, fluoride does reduce your IQ. Okay, there's no reason to go out of your way to contaminate the drinking water with hydrofluorosilicic acid, a contaminant that damages your brain and your thyroid, your mitochondria, your bones. This is very reckless. Again, VDH says that fluoride exists naturally and that it isn't a question about choosing. Absolutely, it's a question about choosing. The state of Utah and Florida have completely banned artificial fluoridation. This absolutely is about choosing. When Henrico and Richmond stopped deliberately contaminating the drinking water with hydrofluorosilicic acid, there was no fluoride in the drinking water. Okay, we don't have naturally occurring fluoride in the James River. So this is absolutely about choosing. The Virginia Department of Health says, well, because other countries have better dental health and nutrition, that's why we should drug people against their will with hydrofluorosilicic acid. And they also go on to say that recent court decisions you may have heard about in the news were based on fluoride levels much higher than what is used in drinking water. Again, that is not true. They looked at levels of fluoride at 0.7 parts per million and below. Okay, so is the Virginia Department of Health a department in which we should trust? I'm thinking no. And yet, the county of Henrico is deliberately purchasing a known neurotoxin and a contaminant called hydrofluorosilicic acid. They're deliberately putting this into the drinking water. And when I asked, why are you doing this? Please provide me the documents for the purpose and the justification. Henrico had no documents for the purpose and justification. When I asked for the adverse events, they have no documents. When I asked about pregnant women and babies, Henrico has no documents. So, what have we learned? We learned that the Virginia Department of Health are very manipulative and they are liars. And so, the county of Henrico should not be following their recommendations or their so-called guidance, because at the end of the day, when lawsuits come out, it's not going to be the Virginia Department of Health who gets sued. it's going to be the county of Henrico. The county of Henrico is taking on this liability. So if I was them, I would stop just blindly, obeying Virginia Department of Health's recommendations, because when push comes to shove, again, the Virginia Department of Health's Virginia Administrative Code recommends the optimal ion concentration as determined by HHS. HHS has not recommended water fluoridation since 2014 after they got sued in 2011. And the Virginia state law requires pure water. So, in my opinion, the county of Henrico is getting set up. And as far as I can tell, the only thing that is holding back the Board of Supervisors, the county manager, the DPU director are their egos. I would advise them to hop off this fluoride bandwagon quick. Because if you think your feelings are hurt now because you're embarrassed that you got bamboozled into this, in another year, when it comes out even more, your feelings are really going to be hurt at the end of the day. So let's stop with the feelings and start with the facts, right? Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Bye, guys.